All right, everybody, how's it going? It is Tuesday, January 5th, 2021, and we just finished with the regular season, so now it's time to get into the Wildcard Weekend Pick'em edition. It was a pretty good regular season. It was disappointing for me, I guess, because neither of the teams I like made the playoffs, but that's quite all right. We did pretty good on the Pick'em, 165, 90, and 1. Could have been a little better, but, you know, with COVID and everything and things being a little uncertain this season, I'd say we did all right. We improved from the following from last year, so we did better than last year. 64% overall, which isn't bad at all. I'll always take improvement. Hopefully next season we do well, and hopefully the pretty good regular season we had under 100 losses will propel us into some pretty good picks here for Wildcard Weekend. I'm fairly confident we'll see maybe one or two upsets depending on how you view it. Let's look at the seeding real quick. For the AFC, we have the 7-seed Colts, 6-seed Browns. The Baltimore Ravens are the 5-seed. The Tennessee Titans are the 4-seed. Steelers are the 3-seed. Bills are the 2-seed. And, of course, the Chiefs are the 1-seed. If you'll notice, every single team has 11 wins. The AFC looks like a 7 playoff teams. That looks complete. That looks legitimate. It looks good. There's no question about those teams don't belong there. They all do. Yeah, there's a 10-win team that didn't make the playoffs, which is crazy to think about. And there could have been an 11-win team to not make the AFC playoffs. AFC definitely seems to have the advantage heading into the to the Super Bowl when we get there. Now let's take a peek over at the NFC, who's not that much worse. Of course, you have the Bears at 8-8 and the football team at 7-9. Other than that, they're pretty much lockstep. 13-3, 12-4, 12-4, 11-5, and then 10-6 for the Rams, which is, that's pretty good. But obviously, the NFC seems to have much less top-heavy talent. There seems to be, I don't know how you'd want to break it down. Or I guess the NFC has more spread-out talent, so you don't get 7 really good teams or 8 really good teams, and the rest of the AFC is kind of, it is what it is. You got a lot of Jets and Jaguars running around in the AFC. So, all right, the NFC, obviously, it's the Bears at 7, the Rams at 6, Tampa at 5. Excuse me. Seattle at 3, New Orleans at 2, and Green Bay at 1. I don't know why that was so hard. But yeah, that's pretty much the seeding. And again, AFC seems to have the advantage. Let's get right into the picks. Saturday on 1/9/21 is the date. At 1 o'clock Eastern Standard, we have the first game. And this is going to be the pick that everybody's going to disagree with me on. They're going to call me a Buffalo hater. Oh, you just hating on the Bills because the Patriots ain't in the playoffs. Yeah, I don't care about that. I hope I'm wrong here. I do not like the Indianapolis Colts. I shouldn't have to preface this, but I don't like the Colts. I hope they lose this game, and I hope I'm incorrect. But let's get into this one. All right, there's the 7-seed Colts playing the 2-seed Bills, 11-5 versus 13-3. The Bills are 6.5-point favorites with an over/under of 51.5. This is all on FanDuel, the lines and everything, just kind of included for a point of reference. The thing I have immediately when I look at this game is I look at how the Bills performed in the playoffs last season. I get it; it's not the same team. And that's fair enough. But again, there is only so many things you have to really base off how teams are going to perform in the playoffs. Past playoff experiences, the way things have, how they play against some good teams. And we've seen the Bills, kind of their 3 losses. 2 of their losses came against some pretty good teams. One of them was it doesn't matter. When I think of Buffalo, they seem like they're going to be a very good team, and they're always going to be around this kind of record. But something in me tells me that they're going to wind up choking this game. I could even see them getting out to a lead like they did against the Texans and just completely collapsing again. That just seems like that could very well happen. And another thing, I don't know if I trust Buffalo's rush defense heading into this game with Jonathan Taylor and Nyheim Hines. Taylor, I know he played the Jaguars, but just went for 250. I mean, you shouldn't be running harder and stronger as the season's coming to an end. Teams that typically can kind of do that, we've seen them upset teams. Indy's a pretty good defensive team. Now the X factor for the Colts, of course, is going to be how Phillip Rivers performs. He's up and down, hit and miss in the playoffs. You never know what kind of playoff Rivers you're going to get. There's some good games and then there's some bad games. Allen's only had the one game and it's been bleh. So I don't really know, man. This game's a bit of a toss-up. I could see why everybody would want to go Buffalo, but based on experience, there's three factors for me. It's the experience of the overall team. I think that the Colts are a little bit more experienced as a team. They've got more veteran leadership that have played in playoff games, that have been in big game situations, as compared to Buffalo, who it's a little bit of a younger team. I think Diggs has played in big games, like one or two of them, and it's a little bit of a younger team, I feel, experience-wise. And then the second factor is the Bills. I don't know how they're going to respond to a super dominant run game. If by selling out to stop the run, will that open up Phillip Rivers, who can actually throw the ball around pretty effectively? I think it's going to cause some problems for a Buffalo defense this season that hasn't been as sharp as years past, whether it be to injuries or players who opted out or they lost some guys in the offseason. Buffalo's defense hasn't been as sharp as it has been in years past. So now they have the problem of having to deal with Indy's running game, which might open up Indy's pass game, and a guy like Rivers can really do some damage there. So I'm wondering how the Bills' defense will adjust. And three, I'm going to have to go with a major coaching advantage. Frank Reich has play called his way to a Super Bowl title. He literally outmaneuvered Belichick, a defensive genius, to win a Super Bowl as the play caller for the Eagles. Now, that is why the Eagles won that Super Bowl, is Frank Reich. So those three factors are why I have to go with the Colts over the Bills. I'm going to take the upset. This is my upset of the playoffs, I guess you could say. Next. 4:40 Eastern. This is going to be a lot faster, some of these. That one was the long one. I'm sorry. Here, this will go a little faster. The 6-seed Rams, 10-6, take on the 3-seed Seahawks, 12-4. Seahawks are 4-point favorites with an over-under of 42.5. I'm going to go with the Seahawks in this one. I know the Rams have pretty good luck against the Seahawks usually, but with the way that the Seahawks defense has been playing in the last several weeks, they've been playing very, very well. They seem to be kind of turned around and playing sharper. The offense is doing just what it has to do to win. And the Rams, I don't know what the status of Jared Goff is. If he's even... I don't care. If he's healthy, it's not going to make much of a difference. I think I think because of Goff's thumb injury, I think that's what's going to prematurely end the Rams season. Though, it was a good little run there, but I think it ends for the Rams. I don't think without Goff they can win this game. Though Goff within the game probably wouldn't flip it for the Rams, but, Goff does add a little something to this game, I would say. So give me the Seahawks over the Rams. This game could be revisited, I guess, if Goff is completely healthy, but his thumb is bad. So give me the Seahawks. 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard. We have the 5-seed Tampa Bay Bucks taking on the 4-seed Washington Football Team. 11-5 or 7-9. The Bucks are 8.5-point favorites with an over/under of 45. And obviously, I'm going with Brady and the Bucks. For somewhat similar reasons, the experience is going to be the biggest factor. Tampa's, got Brady leading them. That's going to rub off on the other teams. The nerves will be down for Tampa. They'll just kind of look to their leader to see how to respond, how to behave, should they be, that kind of leadership that Tom can provide, completely just huge. There won't be as many nerves with Washington also. The Eagles were trying to throw that game, and Washington barely somehow won that shit. It was such a close game despite the Eagles not wanting to win. I do not trust that Washington's offense will be able to do anything. If Terry McLaurin isn't 50 to 70%, they might not score points. Because, Tampa can kind of stop the run sometimes. Even if Tampa is held to 20 points and Brady is sacked 8 times by Chase Young, I'm still going the Bucks in this game. Washington's offense is so bad. Their defense is really, really good, but they really need to figure out the offense. Get some linemen, get a new quarterback. They got to do something with that offense because, they're going to... Gibson's all they got, and he's 70% or so, 75 maybe. So I don't know. I just don't think Washington has the offense to stay in this game. I do think their offense makes mistakes and turns the ball over, leading to a Tampa score. I do think Tampa's going to be limited to just 2 touchdowns on offense in this game and a defensive touchdown for the Bucks. I will respect Washington's defense, but again, their offense is going to be the reason Tampa wins this game. I know that's confusing, right? Tampa's going to win this game because of Washington's offense. And that's how I think the Saturday slate of games are going to go. Again, and Chase Young can kind of be neutralized. Brady's dealt with aggressive pass rushes, screens. He's also a rookie, and he kind of sells things very hard and aggressive. So if they can get him kind of in a weird rhythm where he commits over hard to a run and Brady screens it out a couple of times, that will fuck his rhythm up. Like, imagine he's getting there, but the ball is still getting out, so he's not getting his sacks. That'll cause him to have a little less aggression, and that half second gives Brady time to get the ball further down the field. There's a way Brady can kind of deal with the very young pass rusher. Chase is great. I'm not trying to take away, but you can deal with these super talented young pass rushers, especially when they play super aggressive like Chase does. Not a shot, not anything against the kid. He's going to be a big factor in this one, but Bucks over the football team. All right, Sunday, 1:10, very next game, 1:00 p.m. as per usual. This is going to be a good game. I see a lot of people go 5 Baltimore takes on 4 Tennessee in somewhat of a rematch of the last 2 games. This is the game 3. 11-5, 11-5. Ravens are favored by 3. Over under a 54.5. I don't think we should fall for the Baltimore Ravens' sudden resurgence on offense, considering they've played like division opponents and like bad teams to get like their offense back on pace. Let's see how they do against an actual playoff team. And I get it, Tennessee's defense isn't the greatest, but I mean, there are ways to deal with Lamar Jackson, and we've seen the Titans do that last playoff thing where they hit him aggressively. Hit him when he's handing it off, hit him when he's done handing it off, hit him after he throws. Like, if you guys remember how aggressively the Titans played that game, that destroyed poor Lamar's confidence in that one. That was a very good game that the Titans played. I imagine they repeat that game plan, and I imagine this game turns pretty similar to what it was the last time. Titans selling out to stop the run, making you beat them with the throw. And when you're the Ravens, that's pretty goddamn limited this season. Again, I know the Ravens have looked a lot better the last couple weeks throwing it and everything, but it's been against like their division and against like teams that don't have great secondaries traditionally and stuff like that. Like even the Browns, who are a playoff team that would be considered a good win, like their secondary isn't the greatest. Like, and I think they were also dealing with injuries and COVID in the secondary. But anyway, I think that the Titans are going to be able to run the ball effectively. I think that Tannehill's a little bit better of a thrower. The weather won't be as big a factor as it is with some of these other playoff games because it's in Tennessee. It might be pretty nice. So I like the Titans to win this game. And it's one of those things where Lamar kind of and the Ravens kind of got to prove to me they can win in the playoffs. Come on, guys. It's time to win a playoff game. All right. Until you do, I'm kind of putting you on that list of one and done teams. Not much to say here. 4:40 p.m. Eastern Standard. The 7 Bears take on the 2 Saints. The only reason this game could be close, the Saints are 9.5 point favorites, the over under 47.5. Yeah, this game this is just gonna be a beatdown. Unless the refs get involved and the Saints get kind of like jobbed again, like they usually do in the playoffs, I don't know. This shouldn't be that close, and I'm not even trying to be mean to Chicago, but the limits of the Bears' offensive line with what the Saints can do for a pass rush and rush defense might neutralize the Bears' sudden surge in offense. They've been playing very good on offense. They've been running well. They've been run blocking well, not pass blocking well, which will get Mitch Trubisky potentially murdered by the Saints in this game. So they've been rush blocking well in Chicago, just not pass blocking the best. Again, Mitch can move around a little bit. That could throw the Saints off a little. I do think the Bears will be able to score some points with respects to the way they've been playing. But again, their limited offensive line, which is really bad in pass blocking, is probably going to be detrimental to a Saints team that can really get to the quarterback and cause some problems. I believe Thomas is back. I think Kamara can play. If not, it'll be next week. So the Saints will be pretty well oiled and good to go here. Breeze is looking a little healthier, so give me the Saints pretty much all day in that one. This, got to feel bad for Cleveland. That line keeps shooting up too. It was at like 3.5 yesterday when I made these, and now it's at 6. The Cleveland Browns take on the Steelers. The Browns just lost all their coaches, man. This, even if I had any real analysis to give you, which I didn't, I was going to pick the Steelers anyway. I don't have any to give you. The Browns ain't going to have their head coach and another coach, and some of their players are out. If the Steelers lose this game, this will be one of the most embarrassing losses for the Steelers in their franchise history. only because Cleveland doesn't have their real head coach. Like this is a potential disaster for the Browns. Like they finally get to the playoffs only to have their coach and 2 other coaches and some players get it. Like, oh man. But yeah, so Stefanski won't be available to coach in this game because he actually has COVID. Hopefully he recovers quickly and, it doesn't get bad for him or anything like that. But again, you kind of have to go Pittsburgh because of that news, even if you were kind of going Cleveland on the upset. So those are my picks. I went 13-3 last week. Very good. No weeks under 500, as you can tell. Yeah, we had a good little year this year in Pick'em. So yeah, those are my wild card weekend picks. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you find them to be good, bad, whatever. You can let me know down in the comment section below. I will be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video. There will be more. Lots of NFL news to start coming as the season's starting to get over. We're getting closer to the off season. So yeah, it was a fun season of picks. Now we got the playoff pick'em to do. Yeah, I don't know. Not really much else to say. So let me know your playoff picks down below. I'll be sure to I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave a like, all that. I already did that. So as you can tell, I don't script these videos. Yeah, well, I'll see you guys later. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day. Remember, let's see how these playoffs go. Should be fun. All right. Peace out. Go Patriots. Go Lions. Even though I guess they're not in it. So I guess go Brady. Peace.